was both asked for your top 5 midfielders of all time. And the topic is Lampard versus Kroos.
Yes.
Dare I ask, who put Lampard ahead of Kroos?
Shameless, as always.
Can I ask something first?
Go for it.
How have you two managed to have both of those midfielders in your top 5?
Well, I'm going based upon what I've watched. So I'm not going pre-2002. You know, I'm going to stick to
That's
the...
fair.
Yeah,
You're
I
OG
agree.
though.
No, for me, I agree. I think even looking at the more recent players, you look at the magnitude of the achievements that Kroos, Modric, the guys even through the Spain teams have been involved in.
Yeah.
A lot of the OGs, I feel like sometimes some of us old heads, we let the nostalgia cloud our judgment and listen, we've got to get with the times, as they say.
It's up to me to pick the winner.
Yeah.
Who wants to go first? Who wants to back their boy first?
You know what? I want to hear what you've got to say about this, because for me, I feel like this is kind of a real debate that kind of lets me know about how someone understands the game of football.
Oh.
So I'm curious to hear your case on Frank
He's
Lampard.
come on violence today. I don't know why. It's off season. You know what I'm saying? Pre-season hasn't even started. I'm not ready. But, you know, I'm here regardless. Listen, I think Lampard, I just think he gets overlooked a lot. I don't know whether it's because Xavi doesn't say his name in a press conference when he's speaking about English midfielders. I don't know what it is. But this guy, in my opinion, from watching him, I'm going from, obviously, yes, early Roman era, back end of pre-Roman, 2005 Ballon d'Or, second place, all the way to, let's go, Champions League winning in Munich with Chelsea in a double pivot next to Mikel. I think that's a great time span to say serious body of work. Consistently every single year, giving you goals, giving you assists, game changer, turning up in big moments, whether it's his mum passing, penalty against Liverpool, whether it's the clip dink at Nou Camp, whether it's and people will feel English midfielders are P&P or they're road runners, or, you know, they don't have the Spanish tech. Lampard wasn't.
He was an IQ man.
He was an IQ player. He was very durable, and he didn't get injured, and he didn't have those issues, and he could get through the 90 minutes in a great way. But he wasn't some big physical, you know, he wasn't gifted physically like a Pogba, he's mentioned him before, like a Toure, a Gerrard. He was a guy that got around, but he used his brain and he arrived on time. And people will say, oh, he's just a goal merchant. But like I said, when he dropped into that double pivot,
England win the Euros or what?
Nah, mate, not happening.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't even want Lampard to win this debate anymore. I don't think I want Lampard to win this debate anymore. I'll be wrong. After that, I just remembered what
You said English midfielders are bull. There we go. I love it.
I just remembered what. England. Yeah. Do you know what? Tony Kroos. Tony Kroos.
Apologies, people. Rudely interrupted there, but it is not coming home. Matisse, it did sound like you was rounding off your debate, so I'm going to pass it over to Fuad.
Yeah.
Time to cut back.
What he said there was all pretty nice, pretty cute, talking about the dink, talking about, you know, he knows multiple languages and high IQ, and he also sounds like he's speaking about Tony Kroos there, if I'm not mistaken. When you talk about longevity, when you talk about consistency, and he talked about Lampard being underappreciated at the start, I don't think there is a player that is more underappreciated than Tony Kroos, in my opinion. Because when you even talk about the 2014 World Cup winning side, Tony Kroos was hands down one of the best players at that tournament. But people always mention Thomas Muller's goals, Ozil's assist, Neuer being outstanding. He always gets brushed aside. When people talk about Madrid's Champions Leagues, 5 of them, I don't know how many players you lot can name with 5 of them. It's cute that 2012 one, you know, that Drogba dragged Lampard to, but 5 of them, Tony Kroos's fingerprints,
the captain was dragged
over them, all over. Sorry, who scored the equaliser? Yeah, who scored the game-winning penalties? It was Drogba. That was Drogba's final. You know, the big final hoorah. I know you.
Credit to the double pivot shield.
Lampard, your team. Lampard's team was 2018. It's my turn, isn't it? It's my turn, isn't it?
This is out of the debate.
Hey, 2008 was Lampard's final. That was the one, but it didn't quite get there. Tony Kroos crosses the line every time. Madrid, the Galactico era, the previous one, do you remember? They never used to really win titles. Tony Kroos has delivered 4 of them. So for me, it's like when you talk about success, when you talk about quality, class, and I agree, he might not have the goals. And goals are the things that I feel like nowadays with the GA era that we live in, everybody puts that over everything. But behind those goals, there's someone pulling the strings. And that genius, that puppeteer, that mastermind, that brain, that's Tony Kroos for me. And that's the thing that I feel like Lampard for me wasn't that midfielder. Lampard was more of an advanced, a goal scorer. But when you talk about midfielders, controllers of the game, guys who can run a game single-handedly. Toni Kroos is one of them.
I don't want to compare brains, pause, but I just feel like Lampard is extremely intelligent as well. I don't think you get through one of the most, because you're talking about Real Madrid and they're incredibly ruthless, and it's an incredible achievement to stay there during that whole time and not be displaced.
It's not just stay there.
But Chelsea, you're bringing in your Balaks, you're bringing in your Makaleles, you're bringing in your Essiens, you're bringing in your Ramirez.
And they're doing all your actual midfield work.
Let's not do that.
They're doing
Let's
your
not do that because Lampard was
making me. Casemiro at school, you can go. We'll win another Champions League. They said he was my shield. This season, Modric has been sitting on the bench more time. They said there was a tandem because that's the Xavi Iniesta. There was a tandem. Kroos, Modric, that's a tandem. This season, Modric has sat on bench. Another Champions League. And guess what? In the final, you see Carvajal's header. Guess who delivered the corner? Only Mr. Toni Kroos himself.
This is a high press,
listen,
Matisse.
we're talking in our final year of our career at 34. We're going on a Ballon d'Or charge. That's Zidane realm.
Lampard has paired up with multiple midfielders.
Final year Ballon d'Or charges.
Different seasons.
Come on, brother.
You ruined it.
Hold on. Every single season at Chelsea, right? You're pairing up Lampard with multiple midfielders. It doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't matter if it's Ballack and he wants to crash the box. No problem. Lampard can do a little bit more dictating. Let's not sit here and pretend that Lampard has survived in a Chelsea team of Roman Abramovich, who is chopping managers. And this is the thing, changing managers constantly, changing identities, changing systems every year and still managing to hold down the fort in that midfield. And of course he's dropping back to dictate. Of course he's winning tackles and interceptions. He's not playing in a free role. He's not getting carried. Let's not do that. And
I don't know about that.
Let's not do that.
Remember Lampard winning tackle circus? You were Premier them years.
And again, let's not do that. Hold on. This is what we do in England. This is what we do in England. If your knees aren't dirty and you're not making slide tackles and you're not getting the grass all up on your socks, you're not making a tackle. You see Lampard nipping it off a player, being in the right place at the right time, just taking it quickly, popping it off. You trying to tell me he doesn't make tackles? Come on.
For me, my final nail in the coffin.
Your final nail can come in the 10 seconds you both have to round this round.
All right, I got my final.
You got 10 seconds, reel it off now.
I don't know when this is coming out, but the Netherlands have played or will play Turkey. That brother is against you. I've been with you the whole time, and that's why you should vote for me.
He just tried to do some nonsense there. But what I will say is, on a footballing scale, Lampard has never done what Toni Kroos has done on an international scale.
It's a tough one. I came here of the belief one edges the other. The debate was stronger for the person that I believe is just behind the person I think edges it. I'm going to have to give it to Lampard.
That's biasism. No way. No way. How? Good luck. Based on what? There you go. You see, it was that last line. That Netherlands Turkish line.
Like I said, I think your debate was stronger, surprisingly, because he's Chelsea, and I thought it would have been. But for me, Lampard stole the headlines, whereas at now the tail end of Kroos' career, he's a legend.
Yeah.
People are talking about he's gone under the radar, whereas Lampard, that made the difference for me. He took the headline.